She says I scare the kids. She says I scare her. What the hell is she talking about? What do I do about this? I feel so disrespected. I feel like my integrity is being challenged. What do I do about this? Hey, Jeff with Great Men Move Mountains. Just got back from my morning walk. I apparently had a good sleep last night. Look at my fucking hair. That's good times. And on my walk, I talked to a man, one man actually out of Jersey from one of our relaunch groups. Different man from Jersey, different guy from Jersey yesterday to today. Yesterday I talked about she turned around and my wife wants me back. And today's kind of the opposite. Today is you scare me, you scare the kids, I want separation. And I feel like I'm attacked. I feel like she's attacking my integrity. It's just fucking gutting me to the core. And guys, this is something that I experienced about 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago when I went through this. And this is how I found this men's work. And this is how the death of my ego, the death of the identity that I had over 5 years ago as a father, as a husband, as a man who has integrity and wants safety and good things for his family and the world and his community. And I'm talking about myself here, my family, my wife, my community, my extended family. I want always good things. That's always what I thought of. Well, the nice guy in me, the nice guy was so angry. The nice guy had his covert contracts broken of intimacy and sex and love and trust from her. And then when she told me, well, you scare me and you're a man, my ex didn't even say, because you're a man. This guy I just talked to out of Jersey, his wife and he both yell, and she goes, well, yeah, but you're a man, so therefore, it's worse and it's not the same thing. Now, she's right. It isn't the same thing. It's not the same thing pragmatically, with the depth of our voice and the power of our upper body and the intensity of 200,000 years of being Homo sapiens and what men can do, right? She's right. It's not the same thing. And it doesn't matter anyway, because once she starts to feel afraid, and especially afraid for herself and her kids, she's going to become mama bear. And as we've talked about on our C-Note show that we do every day at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, guys, go to greatmenmovemountains.com and check out the Zoom link for our free Monday through Friday C-Note show, where men call in from literally all over the world to get their questions answered of what to do. How do I get more hugs, kisses, sex, and affection and passion in my marriage and in my relationship? Or here's what's going on. What do I do? She said this. What do I do? I'm confused. What do I do next? How do I think about this? How do I get in touch with my own self and fucking, not take my anger out on anyone or her or myself? Or how do I stop collapsing and being that nice guy? So I spoke with this man about, well, what to do here and to get some perspective. One thing I want to put out there for you guys is that when someone, let's say, accuses you of something that you're confused by, it hits you off guard, you're surprised by it. I told this man there's always some part truth and some part projection. So in my 20,000 plus hours of working with emotions and dads and husbands and families and children that I have over the past more than a decade now, I've found this to be true, is that when someone hits you with something that's shocking and surprising, first of all, you want to think, what part of this is actually true? And that's the part you can be grateful for, that they're exposing you to this, that they're making you aware of this, that, by definition, we can't see our own blind spots. Like, that's why coaching is so valuable. That's why one-on-one coaching is so valuable. That's why I hired a coach over 5 years ago when I was in that spot that you are right now that I'm talking about. That's why I joined a group as well on top of the one-on-one coaching. That's why I go to retreats, and that's why I now lead retreats as well, is that we have to have someone else, by definition, help us expose our blind spots. So two things, what of that is true and what of that may be projection. It may be 1% true that this man is scary and scares her and scares the kids. It may be 99% true that he's scary and scares the kids. And maybe 1% of her projecting when she rages, when she gets so upset, when she's scared of her own self on the inside, when she's scared of the future. So all of this, not only are the past 200,000 years of being Homo sapiens, and men and women in our modern era here, well, modern era is the past 50, 60 years, but for hundreds of thousands of years, there's been fear and these dynamics. And she, within her own self, is projecting what's going on within her. So It's not 100% her, it's not 100% you. It's some mix of the two things, but realize you can be grateful for that person exposing some piece of that truth. Whether it's just you being the placeholder for men, there's still some truth there. You're still resonating all the past emotions and hurts and cultural expectations and her from familial traumas of men, and that might not be you at all. Or it might be very, very much you, which me in the past, it was a lot of me. I took all my nice guy shit out on the relationship. I blamed her. It was not good. It was not good. Now, my ex had a lot of shit herself. She had a really traumatic childhood. She was avoided, she's got her own shit too. That's called human. That's called normal. That's called healthy. But what do you do with it then? Once you feel that violation of your integrity or your anger or your shutdown or your collapse, that's normal right there. But then what do you do with it? How do you process it in a healthy way? Do you journal? Do you go to the gym? Do you go to other men? That's why we have our men's groups. So the cherry on top here today, guys, is I have a free private Facebook group with over 160 amazing men, integrated men who understand this stuff and or are going through this, or have gone through this and they've saved their marriage, or they've divorced and have amazing new relationships and are dating now and having phenomenal, passionate sex, either with their wife, their current woman right now, or the next woman in their life. And I promise you on this journey that you will feel that power and confidence back within yourself when you get around integrated men. Not beat your chest level 1 kind of men, but level 3 men that want to crack open love in the world and within themselves and within their children and their relationships and within hopefully their current relationship. So go to greatmenmovemountains.com/Facebook to be invited, to ask to be invited into our private Facebook group. That's my cherry on top. I have other free stuff on our website as well. There's a free audio book of The Staircase of Intimacy, how to get more love, hugs, kisses, sex, and affection. That's what I do. That's what I specialize in. I'm here for you now, whether you're separated or whether you feel like it's a shit show, I'm here for you. So reach out to me. Go to greatmenmovemountains.com. Join us in our tribe. Have a great day, guys. Go move mountains one step at a time. Ciao.